Hello everyone. In the last video we have seen what is a difference operator, that is forward operator, which is denoted by the delta. Backward operator, the notation is this one. Then we have talked about the central operator and the shift operator. This we have seen in the last video, and we have seen some example based on this. Now in the today's video we are going to see what is the interpolation with a difference and shift operator. Okay, so first of all we will see what is the interpolation. So suppose if I have the data for 2002, 2004, 2006 and so on, 2008 and 2010. Now if I want the data for 2003, okay, some company is there and we know the production in 2002, 2004, 2006, 2008 and 2010, and 2003 data is missing in my file. So how to calculate that? So to calculate that data we are required the interpolation. Why interpolation is used here? Because in this thing the specific function is not given to us, just they have given what is our x0, the nodal point, x1, x2 and so on, xn, and nodal points are given, and the corresponding y0, y1, y2 and yns are given to us. Okay, and what is our specific function? It is not defined. So to find out that the missing value, that is the data for 2003, we are using the interpolation. So for that, first method which we have is Newton interpolation. Newton's forward difference formula. Newton forward difference formula is used whenever our x0, x1, x2 and so on, xn are of equidistance. What is the equidistance means? That means what? The step size between x0 and x1, x1 and x2, x2 and x3, xn minus 1 and xn are of equal. Step size are equal. Okay, so then we can use the Newton forward difference formula as well as the Newton backward difference formula. So here in the Newton forward difference formula, first we have to make the table. How to create the table? So in our question they have given what is x0 and corresponding value y0, x1 corresponding value y1, x2 and the corresponding value y2 and so on yn. Now to make the table, first of all we will note down these values by skipping one blank line: x0, x1, x2, x3, x4 and so on. After that the corresponding y0, y1, y2, y3, y4 and so on. Okay, similarly we can write down the another points. Now the first difference is denoted by the delta, because we are finding the forward difference. In the forward difference, what we know, the next value minus the current value is called as a forward difference. So forward difference of y0, is what? y1 minus y0. So we will write down here, that is y1 minus y0. Now forward difference of y1 if I calculate, so forward difference of y1 is what? y2 minus y1. Now forward difference of y2 if I calculate, so forward difference of y2 is what? y3 minus y2. Now if I want to calculate forward difference of y3, that will be y4 minus y3. If I want to calculate the second forward difference, that is delta square, So delta square will be the difference between these two, first differential operator. So delta square of y naught. Delta square of y naught is what? Delta of y1 minus delta of y naught. The next value minus the current value. Similarly, delta square of y1, we have delta of y2 minus delta y1. Delta square of y2, we have delta of y3 minus delta y2. If I want to find out delta cube, so delta cube is what? Difference between these two variables. So that will be delta cube of y naught. This become delta square y1 minus delta square y naught. Delta square y1 minus delta square y naught. Similarly, if I want to calculate delta cube y1, that will be delta square y2 minus delta square y1. Now if I want to find out delta to the power 4, so this will be the difference between these two variable, delta power 4 y naught is what? Delta cube y naught minus delta cube y1. So this, in this way we will make the table, and this table we are calling it as a forward difference table. And after that we have the formula to find out the interpolation, that is our function yn. Okay, so to find out what we know, xn is given by x naught plus n time of h, where h is a step size and n is the nth nodal point. So we can, if I want to calculate what is my n, so n will be xn minus x naught upon h. Now if I want to write down the formula for Newton forward difference formula to calculate the interpolation, so y of x is equals to y naught plus n into delta of y naught plus n into n minus 1 upon 2 factorial delta square y naught plus n minus 1 n minus 2 upon 3 factorial delta cube y naught plus n minus 1 n minus 2 n minus 3 upon 4 factorial delta to the power 4 y naught, and so on. The nth term will be, or you can say the kth term will be n minus 1 n minus 2 and so on, n minus k divided by, you can see here, if I have 2, so there is 3 factorial. So if I have k, so in the denominator I have k plus 1 factorial delta to the power k plus 1 y naught, and so on. Okay, so in this is a formula to calculate the Newton interpolation, and which is called as a Newton forward interpolation, forward difference interpolation. Thank you everyone.